Can you describe Japanese working culture?
Many people commit suicide.
There are a lot of depressed people.
We can't say no to people.
Imagine this. You're working hard, you're at your desk, obviously very busy, when all of a sudden you get a text message from your friends asking you to come out tonight. There's a great party going on, everyone's getting together, but you got work to do. So now you have to weigh your options. Do you go out with them? Or do you stay inside to work? Ultimately, you decide to stay in. So you send your friends a text message and you get back to work. But while you're working and your friends are out there having fun, all you're doing is wondering if you made the right decision. This is a common thing. For thousands of years, we have been taught that hard work equals success. Supposedly, the more long hours and late nights that you spend working on things, the more successful, richer, more popular, and better looking you'll be. But is that really the case? The Japanese are arguably the world's hardest working people.
Widespread overwork really started after World War II.
Instead of the military and emperor is your family, the company is your family. You will do everything you can for your family.
But their working culture is known for a much different set of reasons.
These are businessmen passed out on the streets of Tokyo after a long day at the office.
Death by overwork, or karoshi, has been a legally recognized cause of death in Japan since the 1980s.
Why do the Japanese work so hard? Why do we work so hard? And what can we learn so that we don't make the same mistakes as them? Do you find that a lot of people in Japan like their jobs?
大変な方も結構いますね。労働事件を見ますので、法律で裁判になってるとか見ると、ブラック事務所いっぱいあります。ブラック事務所は正直儲からないと思ってるので、早く潰れた方がいいです。生産性が悪いです。
そうですね、僕の友達見た感じですと、確かにそこまでそんな誇りを持っているっていうか、そういった人は少ないかもしれませんね。
Japanese people working like too much. They work at weekend, but they cannot separate like private and working.
Can you describe Japanese working culture?
封建制
In Japan, like rush hour, everyone is wearing the same suits and everyone seems very depressed.
に言うと、長く働くことが評価されやすい。
It's so weird because Japanese people love working, but at the same time they hate it.
やっぱり上の世代はそうやって長い時間働いて成果を出してきたので、やっぱりそれがよしってなっている部分はあると思うので、そこは完全な成果というよりは取り組みの姿勢を見られているのは感じます。
What are the dark sides of Japan's working culture?
Many people commit suicide, and like usually when I go on the train, there's someone in the rail track just jumped, and the trains are late because of that.
So I know trains are kind of always on time.
Yeah.
If it's late, do we assume that something like that happened?
Yeah.
It's usually not a technical error.
There's no technical error in Japan. Not usually.
When I'm scripting video ideas like this one, I have a hard time coming up with questions. I'm not Japanese, nor have I ever lived in Japan, so I use Grammarly Go to help me come up with new ideas. Grammarly Go from Grammarly is a personalized AI assistance tool that is totally free to use and offers over 100 prompts per month to test out its services. Once I get an idea like this video's topic, I'll ask Grammarly to help me come up with an initial set of research and a series of questions that I could use for the video. But one unique feature of Grammarly Go is that you can actually personalize the voice and the tone that you want to use. So in this case where the video is a bit more serious, I ask Grammarly to be a bit more serious and a bit more bold. A small note is that I don't believe that AI is a tool to replace your creativity, but I think it's a tool that will help you be more creative. You don't have to be a creator like me. You can use this with anything. You can reply to emails, you can write scripts, you can come up with video ideas, you can do your homework. Think of it as a second brain and not a replacement for your own brain. Now, if you want to get started, Grammarly is free, but if you use the code and the link in the description, then you will get 20% off of Grammarly Premium.
I think there are a lot of depressed people, and some people like commit suicide. I think that's the biggest problem in Japan.
I think the reason why this happens is that your life sometimes becomes intertwined with your work. In my case, because I make videos that are personal, a lot of my life ends up being considered work, and it becomes very hard to distinguish what is work and what is life. And I don't mind that, but I don't like not having control of my life. To offer better insight into the life of a workaholic, my friend Will and I are entering the secret world of Japanese manufacturing. We're spending a day with an artisan denim maker and having him make me a custom pair of denim jeans by hand from scratch.
特に好きだったんですけど、どうにかして自分のジーンズを作りたいなっていう気持ちが芽生えたので、ジーンズを作り始めましたね。
And his studio is actually attached to his home, so his kids and his family live right next door to where we are right now. He comes here every single day and makes the jeans himself. Either he is making the jeans or one of his friends is.
Kanek is the man. Sugoi. Sugoi. Thank you.
What is the toughest challenge that you have faced in the last 16 years since starting your business?
問題危機はやっぱりお金が尽きた時。立ち上げて3年、4年ぐらいかな、4年目。
How did you go from that point to carrying on?
売り込み、商品を売り込みに、エルカネック売り込みに行って、その一社直撃、そのピンポイントでその一社に行って、でも向こうは乗り気で一緒に作ろうとくれたんですけど、先にだから、それは本当にイレギュラーなことやけど、お金を先に出してあげると。で、それで納得いくものを作ってくれっていう風に言われて作ったところからちょっと上向きに変わっていきました。
How old do you want to live until?
120歳。
120. Wow. How come?
やっぱ20歳になった時にエルカネックがどうなっているかという状況も見ておきたいっていうのがありますね。
Wow. Sick. So clean.
Wow. Elkanek works hard, very hard. It's clear that he loves what he does. But it's also clear that that job, like with me, consumes his life. It's clear that something has to change. But if anyone is going to teach us any lessons about that, it's really the non-entrepreneurs. It's what is known in Japan as the most brutal type of job to have. It's called the salaryman. A Japanese salaryman is exactly what it sounds like. It's a man or a woman who works for a fixed salary. Think of any corporate 9-to-5 job, and that is the definition of a salaryman. Except in Japan, the working conditions, as you've already figured out, are not the same as they are around the world. How many hours do you work in a week?
終電ぐらいまでって言えばいいですかね。
So that's midnight around?
Midnight.
Starting maybe like by 9 a.m. back from the office, sometimes or even 10.
だいたい8時から7時とか8時、12時間ぐらいですかね。
自分も今コロナがあるので、それで働いてる。業績が悪くなって、そこのために家族のために働いてる。
Are you tired?
周りで
What is the dark side of Japanese working culture?
もうですね。プレッシャー、あれは上司が悪かったな。奴隷のような感じになってましたね。逃げればよかったのっていうので、弁護士は自殺率が高いです。友人がもう2人ほど自殺してます。
Now in the US, we don't have the same rate of suicide, but our version of this is depression and anxiety. There are so many people that are unhappy with what they do and too stressed because of work. We take these two concepts of life enjoyment and hard work and make them mutually exclusive. But in reality, the key to living a long life is to find balance. So if you are a hard worker, what can you do about this? Well, let's analyze the typical day in the life of any worker, whether you're an entrepreneur or an employee. On average, people sleep about 8 hours. Most people work 8 hours. But because you're a hard worker, let's say you work about 50% more of that, so 12 hours. 8 plus 12, that is 20 hours of your day that is taken up. You only have 4 hours left to really enjoy. If you were to magnify that and think about that over the course of your life, that means that on average, you only have about 1/6 of your entire time on this planet to do things that you love. How can you make the most of that spare time that you have? I don't think most people in Japanese culture know the answer to that. But there is one friend that I've made during my time here who just might.
Hey guys, hi, I'm Takashi from Japan. So today I'm going to interview Japanese people.
What do you make videos about?
About Japan. Anything about Japan.
What does a day in the life look for you? What do you just film all the time?
I woke up 12.
You woke up at 12?
Yeah.
Takashi is rare amongst the Japanese in the sense that 1, he loves what he does for a living, and 2, he doesn't work too hard. So as we film the rest of this video together, I'm curious to know more about how he actually does this.
Why did you choose to be a YouTuber? Why didn't you pick the salaryman typical 9-to-5 life?
Because I know how it sucks.
But everyone knows it sucks, and people still do it.
9-5. 9-5 job, that doesn't mean 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It means 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. You cannot sleep. And I love to sleep. So, you know what I mean? You know, just in general, it's so hard to change your job and change your situation once you get there, right? It's so hard because of the, social pressure and everything. So the point is you need to prevent. You don't need to escape, right?
Yeah, if you're never trapped, you can't escape.
Yeah, true, exactly.
What advice would you give to someone who's about to start working or trying to figure out what to do?
何でもできるんじゃない？日本結構なんていうか、セーフティーネット結構しっかりしてるし、働こうと思ったら仕事いくらでもあるので選ばなきゃできるんじゃないという感じです。逃げればいい。そんな変なとこじゃなくていいとこいくらでもありますよ。
Just enjoy this moment and love yourself, because love is everything, you know. If you love yourself enough, then you can learn by yourself more, and you want to do something good for yourself.
Life is short. Like, you don't want to waste your life doing something that you don't really like.
Just stop, caring what other people think about you. I mean, like, I have friends, I have family. I don't really care as much as I care myself. And they don't care about me as much as they care themselves, right? Just stop worrying about what other people think about you, because they don't care. Once you realize it, you can do anything. You can do anything you want.
It's obvious that working hard has its benefits. I mean, the world needs hard workers to advance, and on an individual level, you need to work hard in order to achieve great things. That part is not in question, but what is in question is the expense of working too hard. Life is not so much about the destination, it's about the journey. And all of those nights and days and weeks and years spent in the office working very, very hard trying to achieve some measurable goal at the expense of all the memories and experiences that you could be having with people you love. I can't say for sure, but I'm not sure if they're worth it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then you're definitely gonna like this video right here. If you haven't already subscribed, please make sure to do that now. I'm Will, and as always, it's a mindset.